afternoon, everybody. Welcome to InSync Events and Productions. Today we're going to be giving my two Line 688s a bit of some maintenance and care. I've already done one which I did a while back, but yeah, so basically we're going to just give it a lick of paint, make sure the drivers and tweeters are all working. So what I would do, or what I use for my maintenance days, I've got a little baby mixer where I can just send a microphone and music to the speaker. Obviously we've got your power extensions, we've got some nice paint. This paint is actually used for painting back of bakkies or back of trucks. It's like a rubberizing paint. It works quite nicely. It makes almost a rubber finish on the wood and on the plastics, on whatever I'm using. We've got some cleaning benzene with a cloth to just wipe down any dust that could be on the speakers on the inside, just to clean it up a little bit. We've got a multi-bit screwdriver set, because a lot of these speakers use little Allen keys and different size Allen keys, different size screwdrivers, flatheads, stars, and then obviously we've got our toolbox, which has most of your general tools, a drill, screwdrivers, spanners, all of that vibe. So what I'm going to do first is start by taking off all the plastic components of the speaker, the handles, these rubber kick plates, I suppose you can call them. I'm going to remove the amp module at the back. I'm going to remove these little plastic, what would you call these? You would call these little feet that come out to turn it from a standing up straight speaker to a monitor speaker. Once that's done, we're going to have a look on the inside, see if all the wiring and everything looks correct, and then we're going to give it a lick of paint. Once the lick of paint is on, we're going to give it a test, and then what we'll do is we'll do a comparison test for you between the one that I've finished already, which is down there, and then maybe if I can find the one that the tweeter is not lacquer, and we can see if we can get you to hear the difference between the speakers, because obviously you don't want a speaker that the tweeter seems to be gone. So we're just going to start by getting out the drill, because I don't like driving all these hundreds of screws without the drill. This will take me until next week to undo all the screws. So let's actually just make some space here. Yeah, I've got a fit. And what we're going to do now is we're going to do the power of, use the power of TV, like, just get these two plates off, and then I'll show you what we're doing from there. So what you will see I like to do is I like to keep my, all the screws for this component. I put it inside the actual component, you can see there, so that we make sure we don't lose any screws. And we just go about laying all the components out so we know that we're not losing anything. So as you can see, I like to keep everything organized, keep all the screws, like I said, in each component, so that we don't lose lose any screws. The thing about these speakers, which I did on my the first time I did them, is I was busy taking all the plastic components off, and when I got to the speaker grill, one thing that bugs me about some design is they were used a different size Allen key for the grill's screws. And if nice and easy, and now you can actually see the inside of the speaker. By the looks of it, it looks like it's all correct from what I can see. And I've been mining thoughts from here to there while playing poker. So from what I can hear when I'm busy on the volume knob, it sounds like there might be a bit of dust in the volume knob. So as you're touching it, the volume fluctuates. So what we're going to have to do at one stage, which I don't have on me at the moment, is just some contact cleaner, spray it into the volume knob, give it a couple turns up and down, and that should take care of the fluctuation of the volume on the volume knob. And now all of this, the iPod and the aux cable, is in my gig box, which I will go through sometime with you guys, and we'll do a comparison. I have seen some other sound engineers on YouTube. They do a gig bag video, but I don't like using a bag. I have a hard box, and what we'll do is we'll just go through and lay out everything that I have in my gig box. It's not as neat as the other sound guys from what I've seen on YouTube, but you know, we're just gonna do a comparison and just have fun showing people what I take to shows, so that I know that when I'm at a show I've got tricks and little things in case something goes wrong, that I can fix it up, maybe save a show. Yeah, so let's get this rolling. So we've gotten the top kick plates and the bottom kick plates off, so we can finally get the grill off. One thing I always forget, there's a little power LED in the top section of the speaker that illuminates when the speaker's on. It's a small thing, but I always forget to take that off. So let's see if we can give you a little view of that while I get that off. There you are, she's off now. And there's the grill off. As you can see, the inside of this one isn't as dusty as the other one, but what we're going to do is we're still going to give it a wash so it looks nice and neat. There's a little bit of rust patterns where it's been knocked when you're loading in and out of venues and in and out of the vehicle. Let's get this up again, and now you should be able to, you see it's a double 8 inch woofer with a I think that's a 4-inch compression driver, if I'm correct. So it's actually not looking too bad, not too dirty. The one that I did before, the tweeter cone, was full of dust. As you would take your finger across, you could actually see the dust. You could draw pictures, write your name on the tweeter cone, which I suppose isn't too great. Now you'll be able to see what I use the cloth and the cleaning benzene for. Just wipe it down lightly. The wood that was underneath the grill, you can see it's quite dusty. There's dust from being at outside shows and what have you. So technically the way the speaker works is the high mids come out of this woofer, the 8-inch woofer, tweeter or compression driver, and then you've got your lows coming out of this driver at the bottom. It's just an 8-inch. Yeah, so this speaker is correct. All is correct. What happened was with that, the speaker that I did first, the person who worked on it before, on the inside you've got your cables that feed the high mid, you've got your cables that feed the tweeter, and you've got your cables that feed the low frequency. They had swapped the low frequency and the high frequency leads around. So what was happening, I was getting, if the speaker was orientated correctly, which is up how it is now, I was getting low frequency out of the top woofer and high mid frequency out of the bottom, and I didn't think that was correct, so I just swapped them around and it actually sounded a lot better. So yeah, let me turn the speaker around, take off the amp module. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to start painting now, and here in South Africa, I don't know if I've got any overseas people wanting to look, you have to have your snacks while you're busy doing your maintenance. Cook Sisters, Omar Roy Cook Sisters. Just gently take the fabric off. How's it, guys? Alright, so what I've done is I've taken the speaker that I did last time, which I know is 100% working, and I am going to do a comparison for you between the one that is on that, your left was the one that I did last time, and this one is the one that I was doing today for you guys. Now, earlier when I said I didn't think it was the tweeter on that one, I now actually had to listen to all three of them, and I'm sure for sure that the one on your right hand side, the tweeter is gone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a side-by-side comparison with some music playing. The one on your left hand side is the one that I did before, the one on the right hand side is the one that I've done today, and you should be able to hear that the one on your right hand side is the one that the tweeter is gone. So let me get to it and give you a taste.
I've been taking the sunsets and the fields for granted for too long. Oh, oh, oh. Fearless planet hoppers on my day, I'll stash behind the song. Oh, oh, oh. And we can build it like a statue, or we can break it down afterward. To fall to pieces, we can dance till the morning brings such a feeling of.
So as you can hear, it's not a huge difference, but the one on the left hand side sounds crisper, cleaner. It just is producing more range. It sounds better than the one on the right hand side, which we were working on today. So I'm gonna have to look into that and get some spares for that speaker. But yeah, I think from here I'm gonna call it a wrap for today. I'm gonna continue to put that speaker back together, put all the plastic parts on it, and then I am going to put the grill on, and I'm gonna put a photo of the two next to each other and ask your guys' opinion whether you think I should do with cloth or without cloth. So thank you very much for joining us today on InSync Events and Production for a maintenance and painting day. Thank you.